coach. Teach me how to ground and pound. Or maybe that rear naked choke.
I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna come. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna come even more hard,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Sugar Sean O'Malley fights Merab Dvalishvili this weekend at UFC 306 at the Sphere in Las Vegas. And while the two men have been coy about their game plans, Merab hints that he's not exactly scared to stand and eat shots from Sean O'Malley.
I training with top guys, long guys, no problem. I know what I can do. I work hard and I don't think he can. I mean, of course he has a chance to knock me out, stop me. But otherwise, I'm good. I'm like wrestler versus striker, and I think this matchup's favor to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, obviously, I've been there with you, Merab. I think if there's one thing, I think one of your greatest gifts is just understanding pace. You're able to just really understand pace, and I think the biggest thing that I see in this fight with somebody like Sean, because I've been there with you. I've hurt you. Marlon Moraes has been in there. He's caught you with the punch and he's hurt you. The biggest thing for me when I think of this fight is, Sean O'Malley's going to be the most dangerous in the beginning of round one, the beginning of round two. But as the fight gets going, like Merab Dvalishvili is just only going to get better. I mean, obviously, it happened to me, it happened to Jan, it happened to a lot of everybody that you fought before. You just tend to increase that volume. Like, what are some of the things that you're gonna do to make sure that when it comes down to round one and round two, that you're going to be a different fighter and you don't get sniped like your boy Aljo?
Listen, I may get cut or I don't care. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna come. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna come even more hard. This is I can control. The things happen. We are fighters, and sometimes the clip can happen. But I'm just, of course, I'm gonna try to avoid this his punches. But even if he hits me, I don't think he can knock me out, and then I will come even more hard, and he's gonna be in trouble. So that's how I look at this. And otherwise, I've been working on my boxing skills, and I think I'm even better. And it's very very hard to clip me like nobody did. Even I fought Jose Aldo. I was fine with him. I wasn't able to take him down. I beat him, and then so we were standing, and I beat other guys too. And nobody even clicked me. I never got knocked down or knocked down. So only Marlon Moraes, and that was you, Henry. So, but so sometimes I wasn't. From you, Henry, I was worried more wrestling, how I'm gonna deal with takedowns. But I think, like you said, timing was good. And and sometimes when you're fighting wrestler, you have to shoot sometimes. And that's what I did against you. And that how it's worked. And but yeah.
Can I tell you something, Merab? I would love to run it back with you, man. Because you did take me down a lot more than I did. But I would like to run it back just because I want to give you a fair shake. I had obviously I'm not gonna make excuses, man, but I did have a growing issue, so I didn't get a chance to really wrestle or really spar. But if that's the case with Sean and he's not ready condition wise, he's gonna be in trouble, man. I think that's somewhere where I gotta go back, and I respect that. I respect that game that you brought to the table was high level conditioning. If you're not, if you're hurt or you're injured, you're going up against a machine like Merab, don't take the fight, man. And I think I've learned it the hard way. But that being said, you did get me, my brother. And I will say I did lose, and I did get dominated those last two rounds. But one of these days, I do want to run it back, Merab, particularly with you.
That would be.
And you always been respectful, man. You've always been respectful. You're a showman.
Yes.
And I respect that about you, Merab.
Merab insists that his feud with Sean O'Malley and his team isn't personal, even if Team Sugar has gotten under his skin a few times. Dvalishvili was initially the one taunting O'Malley endlessly in the lead up to their Noche UFC fight announcement. He even found himself an O'Malley lookalike and made several elaborate videos mocking the bantamweight champion. But O'Malley shrugged all of that off and started firing back. He made fun of Merab's nose, he made fun of Merab's home country of Georgia, and that made Dvalishvili a little bit angry. But during a UFC media scrum, the machine claimed he was calm and collected now.
Right here. Sean was in here, and I asked him if it was personal at all between you, considering, we saw you on the countdown. You were watching his fight against Cheeto, and you said, "Oh, fuck this guy." And Sean O'Malley said you had a very punchable face. He said it might be a little personal, but you guys have also been thinking about each other for so long that you've just been on each other's mind for so long. So I'll ask you, is it personal with Sean, or is it just a matter of, getting the belt and beating the guy you think is a tough challenge?
No, it's not. It's not personal. This is professional fight. This is for UFC belt. This is for legacy. And yes, I was mad about him like a couple times. I was very mad when he mentioned my country disrespectful way, and because my country, it's more than religion for me, and I have my country here, and that's why I start fighting, because I want to represent my country, and this is healthy competition. That's what we do, right? And then when somebody, doesn't matter who, disrespects your family or your country, you have to be mad. If you are man, you have to be mad, and I wanted to smack his face that time. But now I have even more important thing, to beat him on Saturday night and grab his belt, take his belt, and I can talk after the fight, maybe I can forgive him, or we just can just talk. I'm gonna keep it that way. I want to just win and show him he has to be humble, and he has to respect everybody, I don't want to like now, like today, how I feel, nothing personal, it's just professional.
It sure is nice to see Merab now taking the high road when promoting this fight. However, O'Malley, on the other hand, well, he's not exactly taking the high road. He still thinks Merab is an idiot.
What do you make of Merab as a person, right? I mean, Dana White sort of called him a moron the other day with the, some of the stuff he puts on social. When you see that stuff on social, do you just see a guy who's trying to build his own brand, or do you see a guy who's making fundamental errors in what he's putting out there?
A little bit of both. Mostly stupidity. I mean, the dude jumped. He didn't know what ice was. He jumped. He didn't know if water got cold, that cold that it turns to ice. He jumped in ice onto his head. So I mean, that's the person we're talking about.
I kind of going off of that. Merab has said you've not wanted to fight him since 2018. You've said he has a punchable face. They show him on the countdown. He's like watching your fights. He's like, "Fuck this guy" and everything. Is it personal between you, or is it just this kind of been building so much you guys are tired of thinking about each other?
A little bit of both. I think it's definitely became more personal when I knocked Aljo out. So I think that kind of made it a little bit more personal. But then I started questioning their friendship in the first place, because I knocked Aljo out, and it's like Merab's turn, but Aljo's like, "No, I want a rematch." And I was like, I don't know if these guys are his friend. Then Merab going on and saying, "No, I would have fought Aljo if UFC gave me a contract." So I don't really know what's going on there, but yeah.
We heard your coach say, it's hard to find guys that are like you to train with, to prepare for you. Did you have any difficulty finding guys like Merab in terms of his size or his style of fighting?
No, not really. I mean, you're never going to find someone exact for anybody. Everyone's got their own styles, but we were able to find some shorter guys that were able to come in and shoot on me during sparring. So overall, I was very, very, very happy with how sparring went and with how camp went and all.
Even though Sean O'Malley has a fight lined up, it seems he can't do an interview or go in public without somebody asking him about Conor McGregor. In this case, at the press conference yesterday, a reporter did ask what he brings to the table that's different from Conor McGregor.
We all know that Conor's been the biggest star in the UFC, but should you perform what you think you're going to do on Saturday night, how close do you think you are to getting to that level of star power?
Yeah. I think I'm very close. I think Conor's still got one more big fight in him, because there's a big question mark. What can Conor come back? Can he actually beat Chandler? So I think Conor's got one more huge fight in him. He goes out there and loses his next fight. it'll be like 6 in a row or something. Like it's got to die down eventually. Maybe not. That just tests how big of a star he is. But I would assume he goes out there. If he loses, I'm there. I'm the guy. I'm the number one.
Coming off of that, what do you bring that's unique that Conor doesn't bring? Like, what do you think your appeal is to fans, not just of MMA fans, but fans that are casual fans of the sport?
I bring fights. I fight often, so I think that's what it is right now. Conor was good on the mic. The accent, the words that he chose, he was very good on the mic. Performances, he had a couple good performances, but I'm consistent right now. I'm fighting a lot, so that's what I bring.
Now let's take a look at the top 3 comments left on yesterday's video. At Mr. Barber says, John wants a comfortable fight and to sail off into the sunset, claiming he's the greatest of all time. Aspinall is a threat. He wants to avoid him to take an easy money fight or legacy fight. Dana will let him as he thinks he's earned the right, which is why he's vehemently defending him. I remember when people used to say in the UFC, everyone fights everyone, but that's not been the case for a while. At G-Bar Hip says, so what heavyweights has Joan actually beat? Oh, that would be 1. He knows he has 0 chance against Tom, even if on PEDs. And at The King says, when someone says John Jones is scared, you know that guy is desperate to fight him. Calling John scared is like saying Dana White is poor. If you want your comments read on tomorrow's video, simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top 3 comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them in tomorrow's video. And that's it for today's video, but make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell notification so you can get notified every time we release a new video. And in case you missed it, here's yesterday's news.